Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome to Explore Learning Center's video lectures. In previous classes, we had started with the topic, the chemistry topic, that is periodic classification of the elements. Okay, this is the third lecture of the chemistry series of your 10th standard. In previous classes, we had studied in detail about elements, what is the need of the classifying element, and along with that, in the classification we had seen two successful attempts of classification. That is, first was Dobenius triad, where he had grouped three elements having similar properties with their another correlation. Okay, and next to that, the next modification in that was Newland's octaves, where he showed that there is a periodic trend is occurred between the physical properties and chemical properties of the elements, where every eighth element shows similar properties to that of first element, and so that their properties of elements are periodic in nature. Okay, so that was Newland's law, that is Newland's octaves. We had ended with limitations of Newland's octave, right? What was the limitations of Newland's octave? According to this law, according to Newland's law, he was only able to classify up to 17 element. Okay, further this, after 17 element, he was not able to classify elements according to this law. That means here we have chromium and say titanium. According to this law, that chromium had to show similar properties that of boron and aluminum, but this was an exception. It was not showing similar trend to this. Okay, further elements were showing the trend. So he put some exceptional element there, and he said ki exceptionally they don't show the properties, remaining will show. Okay, so that was the limitations of Newland's octaves. Okay, now to solve this puzzle, a next scientist came, and we may call him as a hero of the movie. ये अपने मूवी का हीरो है. ओके, असली हीरो वही है. सो उसकी एंट्री अभी हो रही है. Who was he? To solve this puzzle, the most innovative idea was brought up by the next scientist. He is Dmitry Mendeleev. Mendeleev was a Russian scientist who was a research fellow in Moscow University. At that time, this was the burning topic. This was the hot topic. Classifying element was the most innovative field for all the research fellows. So he started working on this and somehow modifying Newland's octave. He just modified Newland's octaves, but in an innovative manner, in a different manner. In what way, that we'll get to see in a short time. What he did, in simple terminology, if I want to explain Dmitry Mendeleev's law, what he did, he simply applied only one logic. As these three are of same kind, they are in one group. These three are of same kind, they are in one group. These three are of in same kind, they are in one group. But boron and aluminum are of same kind, but chromium is not similar to them. But only to adjust titanium and further element, Newland had kept them here. So what Mendeleev had thought, that chromium, in place of chromium, maybe that is the place of some other element that might have not been discovered. बात समझ रहे हो? यहाँ कोई ऐसे एलिमेंट की जगह होगी जो अभी तक डिस्कवरी नहीं हुआ है, तो हम सिंपली इसको यहाँ रख रहे हैं. तो what Mendeleev did, he kept those places vacant. He literally kept those places vacant where those elements were not showing similarities, and he said that these vacant places are of the element who were not discovered. Because see, when Newland had started with the classification, there was around 56 elements that he had. Okay, after some time, when this Mendeleev started working on the classification of periodic table, that time around 63 elements were there. Okay, as number of elements are increasing day by day, that Mendeleev thought that this number may not be final. Still many more elements may be discovered in future. So those places may be of those elements which have not been discovered. So why to have struggle with them? So उसने क्या किया, जहाँ भी ये एलिमेंट ऊपर वाले एलिमेंट से मैच नहीं करते, वो प्लेस उसने क्या किया, ब्लैंक रखा, और उसको जहाँ वो एलिमेंट मैच करता है, सपोज यहाँ उस क्रोमियम की प्लेस यहाँ है, इसके साथ मैच कर रहा है, he put that element here. Okay, in similar manner he went on keeping the element. That was the simple logic in simple words if I want to explain it to you. But in reality when he started working, it was not that easy. What I told you now was the final conclusion where he arrived, but the process was not that easy. He spent years on the classification of the element. And एक पजल जो होता है ना, कार्ड्स का गेम होता है, कार्ड्स के गेम के जैसे गेम से अरेंज उसने वो पजल सॉल्व की, कैसे वो मैं आपको लॉजिक बताऊंगा, देन यू विल गेट टू नो कि हाउ ही अराइव टू दैट कंक्लूजन. ओके, एक गेम की तरह उसने यूज किया है. ओके, दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट टू नो. बट बिफोर वी गो टू दैट गेम ऑफ कार्ड्स, एक थोड़ा सा बेसिक नॉलेज होना चाहिए टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट गेम ऑफ कार्ड्स जो उसने अप्लाई किया था. फॉर दैट व्हाट वी नीड टू नो समथिंग अबाउट वैलेंसी. आपने सुना होगा व्हाट इज वैलेंसी. जैसे ऑक्सीजन, every element has some valency. Okay, that has something to do with its our electron in the outermost shell. Okay, जो आपने 9th standard में पढ़ा है. What is valency? It has something to do with electrons in the outermost shell. Okay, so oxygen has valency -2, hydrogen has valency +1, say nitrogen has valency -3, fluorine has valency -1. The number with positive or negative sign, it is shown at the head. This is called valency. Okay, you need to know some of the valencies of some of the element. आपने डिटेल में पढ़ा है एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर में लास्ट ईयर. ये सब चीज़ें, कुछ चीज़ें आपको बाहर करनी है, उसको याद रखने के लिए. ओके, सो दैट इज द वैलेंसी दैट वी कॉल. इसके साथ साथ हमारे पास है सोडियम, दैट इज +1. देन वी हैव मैग्नीशियम, दैट इज +2. देन यू कैन टेक अल्यूमिनियम, that is +3, and so on. Okay, what is the concept of valency? Why we are discussing this? We need to know valency because when we get to see, when we want to know how compounds are formed, how molecular formulas are written, these valencies are going to help us out. Okay, how? See, whenever I write any compound, whenever I get any compound, those compound, that chemical formula for that compound is written by cross multiplying their valencies. Okay, say for example I want to react sodium and oxygen. Okay, I want to react sodium and oxygen. There what I'll do, I have sodium, that is +1 valency. I'll write it here, +1 valency, and I have oxygen, it has -2 valency. When I write chemical formula for that sodium and oxygen, I'll cross multiply that. I'll multiply with 2 to the sodium and multiply with 1 to the oxygen, and so the chemical formula becomes Na2. बात समझ में आ रही है? Why we need valency? Because when we write any chemical formula for any compound, we simply cross multiply their valencies. Valence of oxygen will be multiplied to sodium, valence of sodium will be multiplied to oxygen, and so that I get formula Na2O. This is nothing but sodium oxide. Okay, in similar manner, say I want to combine hydrogen and oxygen. I want to combine hydrogen and oxygen. Valency for hydrogen is +1, oxygen is -2. I'll cross multiply that, and what I get, I'll multiply with 2 to the hydrogen, that is H2, and 1 to the oxygen, that is O, so that is H2O. Okay, in this fashion we used to write chemical formulas. We'll take one more example. I have aluminum, that is +3. Okay, and I'll combine that with, say, oxygen only. Once again I'll combine that with oxygen. So what happens? Here I'll take aluminum, that is +3, and oxygen is -2. Okay, when I cross multiply that, I'll multiply with 2 to the aluminum, Al2, and I'll multiply with 3 to the oxygen, Al2O3. Okay, whenever we form any compound, we just cross multiply their valencies, and that kind of chemical formula we get. Okay, here we have Na2O, here we have Al2O3. Okay, for understanding of Mendeleev's classification, simply we'll name these elements are R. If R मतलब generalized term, अल्यूमिनियम को मैं R कहता हूँ, सोडियम को मैं R कहता हूँ, कोई भी एक एलिमेंट है उसको मैं R, all the elements I will be referring as R. Okay, if R is aluminum, then formula would be R2O3. If R is sodium, then formula would be R2O. समझ में आ रहा है? In simple sense, if R has +1 valency, its chemical formula with oxygen will be R2O. If R has +3 valency, its chemical formula with oxygen would be R2O3. Okay, if R has +2 valency and that is with oxygen it is -2. What will be the chemical formula for this? -2 + 2 will get cancelled because it is of same kind, need not to write, so that will become RO. Okay, if R valence is 5 and O valence is -2, right? Then how we can cross multiply that? This will multiply to this R2O5, this kind of thing. बात समझ में आ रही है? Depending on the valency of R, it will decide the chemical formula when it react with oxygen. Okay, similarly when we combine any of the element with hydrogen, depending on the valency of R, it will combine with hydrogen and it will give that desired formula. Means in case of hydrogen, say R, generally I am telling, R has valency +1. When it is combined with hydrogen, what will give you? So we can write it here, +1 and +1. They will be cross multiplied and formula we get will be RH. If valency of R is +2, then this will become +2. When we multiply here, it will become RH2. Okay, in similar fashion we will be getting arrangement of oxides of R and hydrides of R. This is how we used to write chemical formulas. Okay, होप आपको ये बातें समझ में आ रही है, इसको थोड़ा सा आपको 9th स्टैंडर्ड का नॉलेज पता होना चाहिए. दिस इज हाउ वी यूज्ड टू राइट केमिकल फॉर्मूला फॉर द कंपाउंड. ओके, नाउ हैविंग दिस नॉलेज वी कैन मूव टुवर्ड्स Mendeleev's law. We can try to understand what was the Mendeleev's law. Okay, what Mendeleev did, he reacted all the 63 elements. To understand the classification, Mendeleev reacted all the 63 elements with oxygen and with hydrogen. What he did, he reacted all the 63 elements with oxygen and with hydrogen. Okay, so when we react any element with oxygen, it forms their oxides. Okay, जैसे कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बनता है, कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड बनता है, that carbon CO2 is carbon dioxide, that's oxide. Carbon monoxide, whenever oxygen is reacted with something, it becomes oxides. Okay, and when any element is reacted with hydrogen, they form hydrides. Okay, so in simple sense, Dmitry Mendeleev formed oxides and hydrides of all the elements by reacting them with oxygen and hydrogen. And as I said, having different valencies to the different element, they will form different chemical formulas. Means with oxygen, if valency is +1, they will form R2O. If valency is +2, they will form RO. If valency is +3, they will form R2O3. As I explained you earlier. Okay, with hydrogen, depending on the valency of R, what they will do, they can form RH if valency is +1, they can form RH2 if valency is +2, they can form RH3 if valency is +3. Hope you are getting it. Okay, similar kind of chemical formulas he got, okay, with the respective elements. Now what he did, having all the elements reacting with oxygen and hydrogen, forming their oxides and hydrides, he wrote all the information whatever he had got on a cards. ओके अभी जो गेम की बात कर रहा हूँ वो गेम अभी आएगा. उसने एक कार्ड लिया एक एलिमेंट के लिए, वो एलिमेंट नेम ऑफ द एलिमेंट, ही रिटर्न देयर एटॉमिक मास ऑफ द एलिमेंट, ओके, एंड द इंफॉर्मेशन इन व्हाट फॉर्मेट ही फॉर्म्स इट ऑक्साइड्स एंड हाइड्राइड्स. ओके, having noting that information on a single card, he took literally 63 cards. On each card he written that all information and he spread all 63 cards in front of him. Okay, यहाँ तक कुछ डाउट है? Hope there should not be any doubt. Okay, now after this, having all the 63 cards with all the information in front of him, what he did, the previous trend that we had discussed yesterday, that should be the thumb rule of the classification. What he did, he arranged them all in what? Increasing order of, he arranged all those elements in increasing order of their atomic masses. This is the thumb rule of the classification. कुछ आइडिया आ रहा है? Once again I'll tell you. Taking all the 63 elements, Mendeleev reacted all the 63 elements with oxygen, formed their oxides, reacted all the 63 elements with hydrogen, formed their hydrides, and on a single card he wrote down all the information, known information of the element, its name, atomic mass, and the formula, that the physical and chemical properties of the element, okay, on a single card. He arranged in front of him, and those cards he arranged in increasing order of their atomic mass, meaning the element having least atomic mass was taken first and subsequent elements which were having more and more atomic masses were arranged further after that. Okay, and like that he arranged all the cards, and then in those cards, in those all the 63 cards, having arranged them in increasing order, the cards which are of similar properties, he grouped them together. ओके, अभी तक मैंने जो भी बताया प्रैक्टिकली मैं आपको करके दिखाऊंगा, तब आपको 100% क्लियर होगा. इफ स्टिल यू हैड एनी डाउट देन यू कैन डेफिनेटली आस्क मी. ओके, सो व्हाट वाज द वर्क ऑफ डिमित्री मेंडेलीव? से आई कैन टेक अ कार्ड हियर, होप इट विल बी visible clearly visible for you. I'll start it from hydrogen. Okay, I'll start it from hydrogen. So hydrogen, I know for hydrogen he write ऐसे ही कुछ न कुछ गेम खेला था. Okay, hydrogen atomic mass is 1.008. Okay, and when it is reacted with oxygen, it will give you R2O type of compound. It gives you R2O type of compound. So that is the one kind. Okay, that's the one information of the hydrogen. Next he took another card. Let's say this is for lithium. He written all the information on a single card. Okay, for lithium, say for example its atomic mass is 6.9. Okay, when lithium is reacted with oxygen and hydrogen, with oxygen it gives you R2O type of compound, and with hydrogen it gives you RH type of compound. Okay, because of the valency of lithium, its valency is +1, it gives you Li2O and LiH. Okay, in that format. If you have little more knowledge about chemistry, then you can understand. So it gives you, in simple sense, it gives you R2O type and RH type compounds. Okay, that's the second card. Similarly, he took third card. Let's say this card would be for beryllium. Okay, its atomic mass is 9.01. It gives you compound RO type when it is reacted with oxygen, and it gives you compound RH2 type when it is reacted with hydrogen. Okay, in similar fashion we get third card, we get it for carbon. Atomic mass is 12.01. It gives you compound of the kind RO2, and next is for hydrides it is RH4. Then you may take it for boron it will be 10.81. It shows R2O3 kind of compound and RH3 type of compound. As we have written, same thing he did. As we have written all the names on the, we have not taken 63, but for your understanding, few cards I have taken. Okay, as he had written, we have taken all the cards. We'll start from lightest element. As I said, he arranged them in increasing order of their atomic mass. Okay, so in all these elements, the lightest element, as yesterday also I had said you, which is the lightest element? The lightest one among all this is hydrogen, having only one. The atomic mass is of 1 atomic mass unit, 1 EMU. Okay, so this was the lightest element. He stick these cards, literally he stick those cards in front of him to solve the puzzle. Okay, हम वही करेंगे. He stick these cards in front of him. Next to hydrogen, which card we have? Next atomic mass, the card having more atomic mass than hydrogen is lithium. Its mass is 6.9. Okay, but again when we see it forms compound of kind R2O, and hydrogen is also showing compound of type R2O. So this should be next to hydrogen. This card should be next to hydrogen. But as we both of these elements show similar chemical and physical properties, they should be grouped together. Okay, so he kept this lithium in his group. Okay, so ये कहाँ आएगा? Where this lithium will lie? Lithium will lie in the group of hydrogen. समझ में आ रहा है? Lithium will lie in the group of hydrogen. Next to lithium, as atomic mass of lithium is 6.9. We need to arrange them in increasing order of their atomic mass. We need to take next element having more atomic mass than of lithium. So next number is of, we have beryllium, that is 9. Okay. And when we see the chemical formula, it is forming different kind of compound. Here it is forming RO type of compound. Here it was R2O type of compound. So this should not be grouped in this. This should be the different group. Okay. So he formed different group for this, and that is group 2. बहुत ही सिंपल वर्ड्स में एक्सप्लेनेशन है. You should not have any doubt. Okay. पहला ग्रुप कौन सा था? R2O टाइप के जो कंपाउंड थे उनका ग्रुप था. ओके, सेकंड ग्रुप किसका बन रहा है? RO टाइप के कंपाउंड का बन रहा है, और जो RH2 टाइप कंपाउंड बना रहे हैं उनका. ओके, हैविंग अरेंज देम इन इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर ऑफ द एटॉमिक मासेस. ओके, नेक्स्ट टू बेरिलियम नंबर किसका आता है? बेरिलियम के बाद आता है बोरॉन. एटॉमिक मास ऑफ बेरिलियम इज 9.01, एटॉमिक मास ऑफ बोरॉन इज 10.81. ओके, बट अगेन इट इज शोइंग kind of compound R2O3 that does not match in both of these. Okay, so this is third group. ये अपना तीसरा ग्रुप बना रहा है. ये अपना तीसरा ही ग्रुप बना रहा है. ओके, इसको ऐसे इमेजिन करो कि टीचर्स क्लास में ग्रुप बनाते हैं. बहुत ही अच्छे, जो ठीक से बहुत ही होशियार बच्चे हैं. कुछ बच्चे पढ़ाई नहीं करते, कुछ बच्चों का स्पोर्ट्स वाले बच्चे का ग्रुप होता है. तो ऐसे उनकी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स के हिसाब से हम ग्रुप बना रहे हैं. ओके, दिस इज how, in what way they form those oxides and hydrides. Okay, so next to boron, the number is of carbon. Atomic mass is 12.01. Again, it form RO2 type that does not match with anything, and it forms fourth group. That carbon forms fourth group and it will lie here. Okay, in similar fashion, हर बार मैं सब कुछ एक्सप्लेन नहीं करूँगा. यू मे अंडरस्टैंड, यू मे गेट इट नाउ व्हाट आई वांट टू से यू. नेक्स्ट टू कार्बन द नंबर कम्स ऑफ नाइट्रोजन. अगेन इट इज ऑफ डिफरेंट काइंड, इट फॉर्म्स डिफरेंट ग्रुप. सो दिस विल कम हियर. ओके, नेक्स्ट टू नाइट्रोजन द एलिमेंट कम्स, दैट इज ऑक्सीजन. तो ऑक्सीजन का नंबर कहाँ आएगा? अगेन look at carefully the type of compound they are forming, R2O2, R2O5, RO3, they are again of different kind of, वो अलग ग्रुप बना रहे हैं, इसीलिए उसको अलग अलग रख रहा हूँ, समझ में आ रहा है. Then after oxygen, number is of fluorine. Don't forget how we are arranging them. We are arranging them in increasing order of their atomic masses. जैसे atomic mass बढ़ रहा है उससे वैसे उसका अगला नंबर आ रहा है. Okay, we have arranged them in increasing order of their atomic mass. After fluorine, see the type of compound it formed, R2O7 RH. That is again new group that has formed. After fluorine, the atomic mass of fluorine is 18.9, right? After fluorine, if we see in all these cards, the next number is of sodium. Its atomic mass is 22.9. But see the group, it is forming R2O type of oxide and RH type of hydride. And when you see it carefully, it is kind of R2O and RH type of compound. It is showing the similar properties to that of first group. कुछ flash हो रहा है? When we arranged all the elements in their increasing order of their atomic mass, all the elements are showing different kind of properties, different kind of physical and chemical properties. We are decoding them in terms of oxides and hydrides. When we have those oxides and hydrides, we get different groups for different element. But when we get back to sodium, it is showing similar property to that of hydrogen and lithium. That means that sodium comes in their group. ये इनके ग्रुप का बच्चा है, ठीक है. Next to sodium, atomic mass of sodium is 22.9. Next to sodium, the number comes 24. The atomic mass 24, that is magnesium. Again, magnesium forms a compound of type RO and RH2, and that group is RO and RH2 group. So that magnesium belongs to beryllium group. Okay, two conditions we need to see. According to more atomic mass, it should be next to sodium, and as it is showing chemical properties to that of beryllium, it should belong to beryllium group. समझ में आ रहा है? इसके बाद उसका नंबर है, लेकिन इसके ग्रुप में आ रहा है. So this forms different group. ठीक है. After magnesium, the number comes is of aluminium. Atomic mass of magnesium is 24. Next is 29. तो इसका नंबर है. Aluminium lies next to magnesium, but it forms compounds of R2O3 type and RH3 type. It forms compound of R2O3 type and RH3 type. That means it lies below boron. It lies in group of boron. Okay, like this he reacted all the 63 element of oxygen and hydrogen. As I said, cards का जो game था यही था. He write down all the information regarding that element on a single card. He arranged all those cards in increasing order of their atomic masses and with their respective groups. Okay, and having arranging all those elements, he ended up with proper arranged periodic table. Okay, that is named as Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay, and the law that Mendeleev gave, the definition of Mendeleev's periodic law is stated as the properties of element elements are periodic functions of their atomic masses. This law is very important, very much important. Okay, you need to understand, you need to remember it like this only, because it means, it has that deep meaning. How does Mendeleev define periodic law? He stated that properties of all the elements, the physical and chemical properties of all the elements are periodic functions of their atomic masses. What is mean by periodic functions? As I told you yesterday, what is mean by periodic? The something which repeats after fixed interval. Why their properties are periodic? Because as we have seen, hydrogen, it's similar property to that of lithium, and lithium has similar property to that of sodium. and this trend has repeated exactly after 8th element. Okay, that trend has repeated exactly after 8th element. This is the 8th element from lithium. This is first group, this is second group, this is third group, fourth group, fifth, sixth group, and this is seventh group, right? And the 8th element of that series was showing similarity to that of first group. So as I said, periodicity is the repeating exactly after fixed interval. So the properties of the element are periodic in nature, he said, and they are periodic in that is the periodic function of what? They are periodic function of what? They are periodic function of their atomic masses. When they are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic mass, they show periodic trend in their properties. They repeat after fixed interval, showing similarity to that of in a fixed group. Okay, that was the law made by Mendeleev. Properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic masses. So this was the perfect law that was given by Mendeleev. Okay, now this was just I have done this just to make you understand how things were worked, and how he worked around those games, around the cards. Okay, it's difficult to write. It will be simply waste of time writing that whole table on the board. You might have taken the NCERT books. I hope कि आपके पास वो books होंगे. Okay, you may look into that while watching this topic, or I have made one chart for you. There you will get to know more information about Mendeleev's periodic table. Have a look at that, then we'll proceed. I have that chart here. Hope it is visible. I need board also. ठीक से दिख रहा है? So as we had sticked these cards for our understanding, similar cards were sticked throughout the chart by the Mendeleev, and he prepared this nice periodic table. Okay, where this is the first group, where all the elements are kept which show oxides of R2O type and hydrides of RH type. Okay, in this second group he put all the elements showing this kind of formulation. Okay, 6th, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th and 8th group. Okay, he made different 8 groups accordingly those which kind of compounds they were forming. Okay, and he made this chart. Here only information is written, the element and their atomic mass. You can see in the periodic table all the elements are arranged in their increasing atomic mass. Here is 1, 6.9, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 18, 22, 24, 29, 28. That means they are arranged in their increasing atomic mass. Okay, at the same time all these elements show similar properties to each other. They are very similar in physical and chemical properties. Whole of this group shows similarity in their physical and chemical properties. Okay, so this was the kind of arrangement that Mendeleev had done. Okay, this Mendeleev's periodic table is of immense importance. Why? It is because of the logic that he applied, and subsequently we will be discussing that in I need some more 10 minutes. This lecture will be little lengthier for you definitely, but it's little interesting, so we must take a little more time for that. What were the benefits of this periodic table? The first assumption, benefits, or you may call assumption for that, of the Mendeleev's periodic table is the first logic that Mendeleev applied. He put those vacant places. He put vacant places wherever those elements were not fitting. That means we had seen up to calcium. Okay, Newland had failed till here. From here Newland had failed. He was not able to classify further elements. Okay, so what Mendeleev did, for the first time he splitted every group. He splitted in subgroups. Like in a single group we had ग्रुप ए, सब ग्रुप ए एंड सब ग्रुप बी। हर एक ग्रुप को उसने दो सब ग्रुप में डिवाइड किया। एक सब ग्रुप ए का है, इसमें ये सब एलिमेंट है। बी सब ग्रुप में ये कॉपर आता है, सिल्वर आता है और ये गोल्ड आता है। ओके, यहाँ भी आप देख सकते हो एक सब ग्रुप में क्या आता है, बेरिलियम, मैग्नीशियम, कैल्शियम, ये ग्रुप है, और बी सब ग्रुप में जिंक और कैडमियम है। टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस लॉजिक ऑफ ए एंड बी यू नीड टू गो टू द कॉलेज पार्ट। ओके, तब जाके समझ में आएगा। अभी ये छोड़ दो, सब ग्रुप का छोड़ दो। ओके, टू मेक दिस अंडरस्टैंडिंग ईजियर, व्हाट ही डिड व्हेन न्यूलैंड हैड फेल्ड आफ्टर कैल्शियम, there was the element which was not showing similarity to boron and aluminum, as I said you earlier. What he thought, this element might have not been discovered yet, so that he put this place vacant, he put this block vacant, and he shifted those titanium and chromium further in further classes, in further groups, wherever those elements are showing similarity in those respective groups. Okay, and the element which the block which he had kept vacant, he said that as these elements were not discovered, in future these elements will be discovered definitely one day. The speciality of Mendele's periodic table is that he had predicted the properties of the elements which come in this block. बात समझ में आ रही है? यहाँ जो कुछ एलिमेंट फ्यूचर में जो एलिमेंट डिस्कवर होंगे उनका यहाँ प्लेस होगा, बट बिफोर दोज एलिमेंट्स वर डिस्कवर्ड ही नेम्ड दोज एलिमेंट्स इन हिज मैनर and he had predicted the properties of the periodic table, their physical properties. For example, जैसे देखो इसका ये सब एलिमेंट कैसे इंक्रीजिंग एटॉमिक मास में अरेंज किया है। ओके, सो पोटेशियम का एटॉमिक मास कितना है, 39 है। कैल्शियम का एटॉमिक मास है 40, टाइटेनियम का मास है 47। एज दे आर अरेंज्ड इन इंक्रीजिंग एटॉमिक मास, द एलिमेंट दैट बिलोंग्स हियर इन बिटवीन कैल्शियम एंड टाइटेनियम, that should have atomic mass in between that of calcium and titanium. मतलब इसका मास है 40, इसका मास है 47, इसका मास उसने प्रेडिक्ट किया सम 43 to 44. With the calculation he exact mass gave. Okay, इसका मास कितना होना चाहिए, something around 44. Okay, इसका जो भी नाम होगा he had named also those elements. Okay, how he used to name the element, he kept 3 places vacant for now. For your understanding I'll tell you. He assumed here one element, say this is alpha, he assumed one element will have place here, say beta, and he assumed one more element that may come here, say it is gamma. अल्फा, बीटा और गामा, ऐसे कुछ 3 एलिमेंट उसने अज्यूम किए कि जिनकी प्लेसेस यहाँ वैकेंट है। वैकेंट क्यों है, क्योंकि उनको आगे के रिमेनिंग जो एलिमेंट्स है उनको आगे शिफ्ट किया था। ओके, सो एलिमेंट विच विल बी डिस्कवर्ड लेटर दैट विल टेक पोजिशन ऑफ दिस विल बी नेम्ड एज एका अल्यूमिनियम। एका मतलब आफ्टर, that's a Sanskrit word he used this alpha, the element that was to be put up this place, he named them as eka aluminum because next to aluminum. This element beta was termed as eka boron, and the element that had to be put here whenever it will be discovered, that was termed as eka silicon. We are discussing the first assumption. First assumption is what? He put some vacant places where he said that these elements are not discovered and these places will be kept vacant, and he used word eka. Okay, he used eka aluminum, eka boron and eka silicon. Okay, for those 3 elements which were next to aluminum, next to boron and next to silicon, and he predicted their properties. He predicted all the properties. What will be the properties of eka aluminum? What will be its atomic mass, in what way it will form compounds, in what way it will react with oxygen, similar to that of beta, that eka boron, and with eka silicon. Okay, later on when these elements were discovered, the elements that were discovered later which were having atomic masses of this range, मतलब इसके नेक्स्ट वाला जो atomic mass था, इसके नेक्स्ट वाला जो atomic mass था, इसके नेक्स्ट वाला जो atomic mass था, what he had predicted was discovered later. Those elements were kept in that periodic table. After some years, let me write it, the element which were discovered after zinc, having more atomic mass than zinc, was gallium. The element having more atomic mass than calcium was scandium, and the element which was between zinc and astatium and next to that of gallium was found to be germanium. After some years, these elements were discovered, and how we have predicted that their mass was lying between 40 and 47, as mass of scandium is equal to 44.9, mass of gallium is equal to 69.9, and mass of germanium is equal to 72.5, that is 72.5. Let me explain you once again. These places were kept vacant by the Mendeleev, and he predicted their properties. He had literally said, he has written that whenever these elements will be discovered, the element which will come in this place will have so and so physical properties, will have so and so, that 44, around 44 to 45 as atomic mass. He had predicted the properties of gallium, he has predicted the properties of germanium. Later on, when they were discovered, it was found that all the predicted properties of Mendeleev was found to be exactly correct. Even if having discovered those elements, Mendeleev had predicted those properties of those elements, and when they were discovered, when they checked practically their properties, they were found to be very similar to that of Mendeleev's property. Okay, that's the one of the major achievement of Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay, so now here, as we had written here, the name of Eka aluminum, Eka boron and Eka silicon will be given as the place where that we had kept vacant. This was named as Eka aluminum. This Eka aluminum is next to aluminum, that is gallium. This was Eka boron, that is next to boron, this is scandium, and this was Eka silicon, next to silicon, this is germanium. So remember these names. This is gallium, this is scandium, and this is germanium. कुछ बाहर करने की चीज़ें जो एग्जाम आपको पूछी जा सकती है. Eka aluminum is now called as gallium, Eka boron is now called as scandium, and Eka silicon is now called as germanium. किसी भी एग्जाम में स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. ओके, सो दोज वेर द contributions of, those were the achievements of Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay, that I have told you the first assumption of Mendeleev periodic table. Okay, with this he had done one more modification. If you have noted carefully, वीडियो को पॉज करो, ठीक से चार्ट को ठीक से देखो, their names and atomic masses. Okay, here one more modification he did, one more observation he did, just to match, जैसे न्यूलैंड ने जुगाड़ किया था, in similar manner, just to match their groups, those elements in respective group, what he did, sometime he arranged elements having more atomic mass before than that. मतलब देखो कैसे हो रहा है, 40 है, उसके बाद 44 है, उसके बाद 47 है, उसके बाद 50 है, उसके बाद 50.2 है, उसके बाद 54.9 है. ओके, जस्ट अ सेकेंड, नॉट विद दिस, हाँ 54.9 है, उसके बाद 55.8 है, 50.9 है, 58.9 एंड देन 58.7. यहाँ कुछ गड़बड़ लग रही है. अप टू हियर number was went on increasing, but when we look at cobalt, it is 58.9 and 58.7. The greater number is written first and lesser number is written later, because cobalt is similar to these elements and nickel is very similar to this element. Mendeleev purposely did this according to law. What is the Mendeleev's law? Elements should be arranged in an increasing order of their atomic masses, but cobalt having more atomic mass is kept first and nickel having less atomic mass is kept second. Explanation for this was given by the Mendeleev, and that is what he said, that we may have went wrong in calculating the atomic masses. ये अरेंजमेंट ऐसी होनी चाहिए, लेकिन क्या पता हमने मास, एटॉमिक मास कैलकुलेट करने में कुछ गलती की है. देयर माइट बी हैविंग सम एरर इन द कैलकुलेटिंग देयर एटॉमिक मासेस. सो we need to try more and more accurate methods to calculate atomic masses, then we'll get this kind of arrangement. That was the explanation given by Mendeleev. Okay, so these two that might be a reason. Okay, so these two things with respect to, these are two assumptions that or two modifications that Mendeleev had made. First thing is what? He kept the vacant places for Eka aluminum, Eka boron and Eka silicon. Respectively, we got gallium, scandium and germanium, found to be very similar to that of assumed properties by the Mendeleev. And secondly, he made some modifications in case of cobalt and nickel, and few atomic masses of those elements may not be very accurate. So he arranged in that fashion. Okay, so that is about Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay. So till here we have explained each and every aspect about Mendeleev's periodic table. We had started from Dobbe-Nares triad. He had arranged 3 elements in a group. Next to that we had discussed about Newland's octaves. He arranged 7 elements in a group and he found out that 8th element was showing similarity to that of first element, and that was the periodicity in the nature of the physical and chemical properties. Next to that, the next modified version was introduced by Mendeleev, playing that game of card, and he arranged this periodic table in this fashion. Okay, you need to remember the assumptions. He put vacant places, and secondly he modified those few elements. Okay, stating that their atomic masses may be wrong in some sense. Okay, इसके साथ साथ और कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन आपको जाननी है, आपको लिटरली याद रखनी है इस periodic table में. वो क्या है? For the first time he introduced the term groups in the periodic table. Okay, first time जो भी चीजें हुई है उसको वो सब आपको याद रखना है. I'll take a recall after at the end. Okay, for the first time he take term as a groups. He named these all as groups. This is group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, group 6, like that. These columns where all the elements are grouped, these to them he called as what? Groups. डोंट नो आपको हेवी हो रहा है क्या, हेवी हो रहा होगा शायद, लेकिन ये बातें जाननी बहुत जरूरी है. ओके, द एलिमेंट्स विच आर ग्रुप टुगेदर इन ए सिंगल कॉलम दे आर कॉल्ड एज व्हाट? ग्रुप्स. कितने ग्रुप्स है टोटल? टोटल 8 ग्रुप्स वी हैव. ओके, ही इंट्रोड्यूस्ड वन मोर टर्म फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन द पीरियोडिक टेबल, दैट इज पीरियड्स. पीरियड इज डेराइव्ड फ्रॉम पीरियोडिक. एक फिक्स इंटरवल के बाद जो रिपीट हो रहा है, एक सेम ही रो, यहाँ जो रो है फिर से यहाँ ट्रेंड वो रिपीट हो रहा है इस रो में, फिर से यहाँ वो रिपीट हो रहा है इस रो में. सो फ्रॉम दैट वर्ड पीरियोडिक, दिस फर्स्ट टर्म इज टेकन, दैट हाफ टर्म इज टेकन एज अ पीरियड. ओके, सो दीज आर कॉल्ड एज व्हाट? पीरियड. दिस इज फर्स्ट पीरियड, सेकेंड पीरियड, थर्ड पीरियड, फिफ्थ पीरियड एंड सो ऑन. ओके, सो टोटली हाउ मेनी पीरियड्स वी हैव in the Mendeleev periodic table? We have 6 periods and we have 8 groups. These are groups, we have total 8 in number. These are periods, total we have 6 in number. Okay, so that is about periods and groups. Along with this, after this, as we had 8 groups, after some days, after some years, one more 9th group was added in this periodic table. One 9th group was added in this periodic table. That was of noble gases. That is again something very interesting thing with respect to the Mendeleev's periodic table. That was a group of noble gases where we have helium, xenon, radon kind of elements. Okay, helium, neon, argon, xenon, radon. These elements, as they are very unreactive, so they are called noble. They are very unreactive, वो अलग ही रहना पसंद करते हैं. तो as they are very unreactive, the extraction of those elements are very difficult. Okay, and these elements were discovered very late, and those were made a different group. They don't react with hydrogen, they don't react with oxygen, so they won't get any kind of grouping, right? जनरल कॉमन सेंस की बात है, वो किसी के साथ रिएक्ट नहीं करते तो ऐसा कुछ ट्रेंड बनेगा ही नहीं. तो उनके लिए कुछ नया ग्रुप बनाया गया. दैट इज द 9th ग्रुप दैट वाज मेड फॉर नोबल गैसेस in the Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay, so that was the separate group that was introduced in modern periodic law, in modern periodic table. In this class we'll be looking into that. Okay, so that is all about the Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay, the most important aspect in this periodic classification of the element is with respect to Mendeleev's periodic law. You need to read more and more about Mendeleev's periodic table. you need to remember each and every minor point, minor details about Mendeleev's periodic table, because that is so much of importance. Okay, along with this we'll stop the lecture here only, but while going, जाते जाते एक चीज़ मैं आपको हाईलाइट करते जाता हूँ. You must have heard about it. Last year, the year 2019, the year 2019 was being celebrated by the United Nations of Organization as International Year of Periodic Table. The what we have got is nothing but the periodic table. This was the classical form. One more next version we have, that usually we call this periodic table. You might have seen that. Okay, that is nothing but this. Let me show you. The modified version of this law is, in next class we are about to see that this is periodic table. Okay, last year 2019 year was celebrated, that was being celebrated by United Nations as International Year of Periodic Table. Okay, now why that year was celebrated as International Year of Periodic Table? That was because in the year 1769 the Mendeleev had prepared that Mendeleev periodic table, and in the year 2019 it completed 150 years of the preparation of periodic table, and 2019 was celebrated as the 150th anniversary of periodic table that was made by Mendeleev. So that was being celebrated worldwide. Hope you would also have celebrated in your school. If you haven't, then you are very unlucky that nobody has informed about that. You might have read it in newspaper, maybe in you have watched in news channel. कहीं तो आपने सुना होगा, देखा होगा. अगर आपने देखा नहीं है, सुना नहीं, तो you are too away from the science field. Okay, literally, because that was the very important year that was being celebrated. Okay, so यही एक information देनी थी. Till now we have finished with Mendeleev's periodic table. In upcoming classes we'll be going towards modern periodic law. Till then, stay tuned with us. We'll see you in next class. Bye. I'm an icon, man. I'm a girl about a 10. I should fuck her in a